What's going on YouTube? This is Alpha Prime of Prime Union, part of the Prime Union family. Just wanting to bring you another Transformers video. And we just finished up a weekend event, which was for Trax and Cutthroat. I have 3 accounts and pulled a bunch of 3 stars and 2 stars, but no 4 stars. A few of my teammates got a few of them, but they're pretty sparse, so if you didn't get Trax in a 4-star or Cutthroat in a 4-star, I wouldn't worry too much about it. The odds are probably less than 1%. But I did have a pretty good weekend event. There was that Elita-1 bundle, and I was able to get her. So I did get a new bot this weekend, and also I had enough shards. I redeemed the 4th 5-star bot. So yeah, I was hoping for Wheeljack actually, and landed Drift, and not high on my list. I probably won't level him too much for the time being. I prefer to level up Skyburst, Prime, and Windblade. Those 3 are on my rush line, and I'll show you guys an attack that I did with those 3, just to give you guys an idea of how to use those bots in war types of attacks. But I don't really want to go into war attacks too much. Don't like singling out enemy or I guess guys that we are facing in war. A lot of them are our friends, and just don't want to highlight their bases too much for YouTube to see. But I will provide a few attacks. I did get some messages in the message boards to show a few attacks, and so I thought instead of war attacks, I'll focus on zone 13 attacks, which are pretty close. I mean, you'll notice that you need 10,500 squad power. So excuse my phone for being a little laggy today. I've got my older phone. I was running an S8 Plus in Europe, and it was swiped, unfortunately. So I'm just thankful that I brought my backup phone with me just for work, and I can still sneak in a few attacks here and there. So yeah, let's go ahead, and I'll show you guys a few of my attacks that I recently did. As you can see here, I don't lose very many attacks, and everything that I do is zone 13. So let's go ahead and break down a few attacks using these lineup combinations that I put together here. So here is my 3-2 line. So you're going to use 3 healers and 3 gunners and 1 tank and another miscellaneous bot. I like Jetfire because for zone 13, my Jetfire can take out anything pretty much. I do bring a little bit more firepower with me into zone 13. I do have 8 bots as well, so that's something that I would focus on right away if you don't have 8 bots yet. So you need to be in HQ16. So upgrade that base, guys. And first things I would do is upgrade your Energon and your alloy storages so you could start pumping out more bots. Now, as I mentioned, this is what we call a 3 healer, 3 gunner attack. And I do bring 1 tank, and Hotspot is definitely one of my favorite bots to use in this kind of attack. I think it's important that you have a shield bot on all your war attack lines, just because they have that shield to soak up more damage from enemy outpost fire and so forth. So you can see Hotspot took a lot of damage there, but he barely got hurt because I'm running so many healers. And of course I just used his special again in case there was something nasty in that outpost, because I wasn't too sure what was in it. So from there, it's just walls are a good thing for these kind of bases, because with healers, they're going to heal up your whole team. while you're pounding away at the walls. So as you can see, my whole team's at 100%, going to break into this top layer here. And earlier, you'll notice that it's good to have Jazz in your, or an AoE bot like Sunstreaker, or Swindle, or Mixmaster. Those guys will help take out clumps of defenses. So if you get those guys in a 4-star, focus on leveling those kind of gunners up as soon as possible. And then I brought Jetfire here just to help me clean up some more defenses, because after using Mixmaster Special a few times, you won't have a lot of special ability points left over. So jets like Jetfire only use up 4 ability points for that first attack and 6 for the second one. And so there you go. This is a 3-3 kind of attack. It is only an HQ 15 base, and but I am running 3-star healers, and everyone's at 100% life here. So this is definitely one of the easiest attacks to learn. It doesn't work for every base, though. I will warn you guys that if bases have defenses that are all clumped together, those healers won't heal fast enough. So it only works on bases where there's some walls that separate, and so giving your healers time to heal up your team. So that's one of the main war attacks that I really like to use. You can use that one in Cybertron, and also in some of those Caminis and Platinum League wars as well. Cybertron's a little more tricky because those bases are maxed out. I typically don't run a 3-2 like that one without Skylinks in it. So I'll show that kind of attack next. So here is an attack that I would use in Zone 13 or for Cybertron kind of war. I would, of course, use stronger jets and stronger gunners, but since it's only Zone 13, I kind of have to water down my lines a bit just to spread out my bots a little bit more. So my Firefly on this line and my Prowl can barely one-shot HQ-15 mortars. So that's why you kind of need Skylinks in your kind of attack, just to help you take down those higher hit point defenses. Now, I got lucky again, and this is not an HQ-16 base, but in Zone 13, this game, if someone's got weak walls, they could have maxed HQ-16 defenses and be in Zone 13. So you have to be prepared unless you don't mind losing medals. And losing medals is something that I really don't want to do, because we're trying to stay on top of Transformers Earth Wars as the #1 alliance in the game when it comes to medals. So as you can see, Optimus Prime is one of the better figures in the game. You could have a weaker roster, but because he can kind of guide all those bots with his inspiring charge, they can stay away from the other defenses. And here you go, I missed the other outposts, and I missed maybe 2/3 of the base. And as you can see here, another attack with almost full health here. Now, of course, it's a bit of an overkill, but you have to be prepared in case you get an HQ-16 type of base. So that's a kind of a modified rush attack that I use. You typically, if you're only going to run healer, it's very tough in HQ when you're facing an HQ-16. So you need to have Prime, 4-star, 5-star, 3-star, whatever you have. You need Prime to help get away from certain defenses so they don't pick apart your team. And here is one of my rush lines. So this is one of my rush teams that I would use in war for those clump type of bases. Now, you need to have different lineups. You can't use the same line and focus on leveling up 7 bots or 8 bots, because everyone's got a different type of base, and certain bots won't work on other bases. So I would encourage you to explore some of the bots that I showed in this video. Try to level them up as much as you can, and power level them. So for this base here, it's a very Wall made it really popular, and a lot of people have tried to copy him, but this one is upgrading to HQ-16 level defenses, so I don't have to worry too much about this one here. So basically, I'm just using a gunner for the bottom here to clear up some defenses and things, just to give me more hit points. Because this is a rush strategy, and there's not much strategy to it except for rush to the HQ. And this one I really was sloppy and didn't really care too much. I just wanted to show you what I'm going to do here. So I rushed to that shot tower, and then rushed again to the missile launcher to get all my bots in range of the HQ. And then basically you throw everything at the HQ. So Optimus Prime goes there, say Windblade, Strafe, and basically throwing everything I have at the HQ. And as you can see, the HQ goes down pretty fast if all your bots can get to the HQ and survive the defenses. You can take down HQ in just a few seconds like I did there. So there's 3 different types of Zone 13 attacks, war attacks, that you might want to use. And just to show you another Optimus Prime attack, I use a 3-star Prime, and he's still pretty good for Zone 13 attacks. Let's see here. Where's my zone? Here's my Optimus Prime 3-star. So my apologies if any of your bases are in my video. I'm purely just trying to help people out with different strategies to take down different types of bases. Feel free to leave a comment in the video below, and please like and subscribe, and I'll be more than happy to share some advice, if you want my advice, of course, on how to take down bases, or how to build bases even. So again, this one here has some stuff at the bottom, so I always like to bring one healer with me and one gunner on every line and every team, just because this gunner here, as long as our healer is level 51 plus, he will keep that gunner alive, even with a few defenses hitting him. Like my Sunstreaker here is level 52 or level 53, one of my weaker gunners, and he's fine. Like, he's able to take out 4 defenses here, and that would allow my 3-star Prime to go to the top here. So you'll notice that the HQ also is taking some damage. The more that you destroy, the HQ gets hurt a bit as well. So that's why I love taking a healer and a gunner with me for all my attacks. I learned that from Clash of Clans, actually. The queen healer kind of attacks, just to we call them the queen walk, where you just use the queen first and heal her up, so that you don't lose any space, army space, and your healers just keep healing her. Now, because there's no more defenses there, Prime is able to walk around, and even with a Rejuvenate core on him, he's still able to walk around like that. And again, that Inspiring Charge is one of the best specials in the game. I would implore you to learn how to use it more, because it's definitely one of the best specials in the game. And this team is pretty weak here. It's one of my 113 lines, but because I have Prime, even a 3-star Prime with that rushing ability gets all the bots to the top, avoid the bottom, the left side of the base, and yeah, so it's just a matter of cleaning up a little bit. I like Laser Optimus Prime for bases like this that have multiple defenses or buildings clumped together. That Laser Prime ability, I didn't use it in this attack, but I do bring Laser Optimus Prime because he's able to, like, there you go, one of his attacks can hit 3 or 4 buildings at once. So if you use his laser discs, you can take out 4 defenses all at once. So there you go, rushing to the top, and my bots are in pretty good health, and I get another medal in Zone 13. So that's 4 different attacks that I use. I was hesitant to share a Cup Springer attack, but I figured it's the end of the video, let's just share one more. So here's one of my war attacks that I did today, just recently, within the last hour. And just want to thank my Prime teammates. They're pretty awesome, and they share awesome videos and replays. But here is an attack to kind of get yourself around really nasty time trap bases, where they could split your bots up or just suck up all the time, not allowing you to use a combiner because of the time limit. So what you want to do is you just want to bring Cup and teleport him to the top. And as you can see, this is the fully maxed base pretty much, except for a few of those laser turrets. And then you just deploy some healers just to get to the top here. So I'm just going to deploy one healer at a time, because I don't want the healers to clump and heal each other. I want them to go and chase down Cup and heal up Cup. So once all three healers are down there, I also bring Springer for luck. And I don't have the strongest Cup and Springer team in Prime Union. I mean, my Cup is only level 53 and my Springer is level 52, I think. But it's good enough with three healers. And my healers, as you can see, they're not the strongest healers either. Level 55 to 53, I think. Level 56 to 53 are my healers. So they engaged Tantrum, which was unfortunate. Sucked up some time, so I brought a boost just to take out those extra buildings to give me points and to weaken that cannon and speed things up a bit. I was a little worried about time, because these attacks take up a lot of time, because you're only using Cup and Springer, two bots, to take down defenses, and they just do it one at a time. It's pretty slow. But there you go. I just use Cup and Springer, and I teleport Springer Cup to the right, just to get them out of the way of that other outpost, just to save time. So here is how you take down a max base with Cup and Springer. Time traps are kind of obsolete when you have strong time trap or strong Cup Springer teams with healers. Again, my team is not super strong, but if you bring three healers, they're pretty much give you like a god mode on that Cup and Springer. And there's only defenses attacking them, like two cannons and a laser. So not too much trouble for my Cup and Springer team. So that's that. That's 5 different war attack strategies that I use. And of course, if you want to beat the best bases in the game, you kind of need to have a variety of bots. You can't just focus on one line. So bots like Star Saber and Strafe, Optimum, Skyburst, Windblade, Hotspot, Skylynx, did I say Skylynx? Cup, Jazz, Jetfire, Springer. These are all very, very crucial bots. Wheeljack. These are really crucial bots to help you beat down max bases or tough bases. So I guess that's it for this video. It's already at 18 minutes. I thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And feel free to leave me a comment below. I really appreciate your feedback. And let me know if there's anything I could do to help you guys out. This is Alpha Prime of Prime Union. We are a top 5 alliance in the game. As you can see here, we kind of teeter-totter between 1 and 2. Scorched Earth likes to try and challenge us for the first place, but we do have some guys that are visiting other alliances in the family. So yeah, we typically are number 1 in the game. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out. Thanks for watching.